Hi guys, Mrs. Noethe here again with another drawing tutorial. This time we're going to be making a beach scene, so make sure you have your paper, pencil, and eraser ready, and a marker if you want to. So first off, we are going to start making our lovely little ocean. So I went about maybe a fourth way down at the top of the paper and I started to make U shapes going across the piece. They kind of almost look like W's if you want to think about it that way. So you're just making those nice loopy, curvy lines as you're going across. And now I'm going to add in my clouds to the piece. Again, we don't have to do big fluffy clouds. We can do kind of curvy, wavy clouds, kind of wispy clouds across the sky. And you can make them big or small. You could also not have clouds at all. You could put a sun in the background. Make sure that it's a nice big circle and not on the corner of our paper. Or you can make a nice sunset, so a nice kind of rainbow line around our water that we have. So now we're going to make a bucket filled with seashells and rocks. So first I'm going to make an oval shape on the paper just below our water line that we had, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of space, and then I'm going to make another line for the lip of the bucket, just a nice spacing. It doesn't have to be too big or too small, but making it going around just like that. So making sure that we're making an oval and not a circle shape. Oval is more elongated. Now we're going to make the form of the bucket. So we're going to make a line coming down from our oval shape and then making almost a rounded rectangle around it as well. And then going back, we're going to add a circle right next to our lip, and we're adding rainbow shapes around the piece for the handle itself. And then I added a nice little band on the bucket as well. Remember to go with kind of a curved line if we're going to make a band around the bucket to give kind of that 3D effect. And then I'm going to add in our lovely sand area, so just making small little whoop whoop lines in for the sand and making it around the bucket to show that the bucket is kind of buried in the sand in the way. We don't have to show the entire bucket. And if you need to, remember to draw lightly so we can erase lines if we go over other ones. I'm also adding some few wave lines into the water to kind of show texture and depth as well, just making those curved lines, making U's and W's across our paper that we see. So now I'm going to add some seashells into our piece. One of them is those curvy kind of snail shells. So we start in the middle and we just make a nice swirly line around it until we can stop. And then we add some rocks, and we can make our rock shapes however we want. Rocks don't have to be anything special. This other shell I'm going to make is kind of like a hermit crab shell. So we make a rounded triangle, and then we add kind of a rectangle piece and then a small rounded mound on top of that. And then we add kind of our normal clam shell. So I'm going to make an elongated rainbow shape for the middle, and then continue with that as I go along on the sides. So you can make it as wide and spread out as you want, or you can make it pretty short and long if you want as well. So I'm making some other shells along the piece as well, one of them being the another kind of clam shell that we see here. So using that elongated U and then going around and then adding a nice rectangle at the bottom. And then of course I make another swirly kind of snail shell, starting in the middle and working my way out, getting a little bit bigger and then finding a place to stop. And then I've added a few other of the swirly shells and some rocks in there. You can make the rocks however you want. You can make them big, you can make them tiny, you can even add little designs on your rocks. If you've ever been to a beach and picked up some of the sand, there's some really pretty sand in there, or like some really pretty rocks. as well, so you can make those however you want. You don't have to base it on what I'm doing. So I'm just adding a few shells here and there. Maybe this shell's kind of tumbled out of the bucket. The other clamshell that we see here, this time I started with the rectangle bottom, and then I'm making that really big U rainbow shape, and then I'm adding the other rainbow pieces on the side, not going full on that way, spreading them out. It's gonna kind of look like a fan in a way, but hopefully it'll look like a shell. It's okay if it doesn't. We're practicing. And then for this nice big shell, this conch shell that we're going to make, we're going to do kind of a triangle shape first, and then little zigzag lines on the top of that triangle, and then coming right back down at the bottom to connect the piece, so it kind of looks like a triangle. Then we're going to add out a line and add kind of a skinnier rectangle triangle attached to it. And then for those top spiky parts, think of it as like a cake, but the cake, instead of a flat top, we're going to make zigzags as we go. So it kind of looks like a tiered cake, and it gets smaller and smaller as we go up above. And so there you have it. You can add more, you can add less. You can start outlining it in a marker or a crayon or a color pencil first, and then we're going to erase our lines, make sure they're nice and neat if we need to, so it makes it easier for us to color it in, and we don't have any weird pencil markings on our piece, and it'll look nice and neat and ready to put up on that fridge or in a window so everybody can see your piece as they walk by outside. You can stick it on the wall, but remember, if you're going to stick it anywhere, we need to make sure we're asking permission from our parent or guardian at home. We don't want to accidentally ruin anything. So as we finish up this section, if you need to pause or rewind, you can do so now. If you need to finish up any of your pieces, that's totally okay with you. I will still be here, just ready to continue on with what we need to get done. Just let me know. After you paused, make sure to play again, and then we can color together, and we'll talk about some ocean facts if we want to go that route. Since I decided to do a beach theme for our last drawing tutorial for the school year before summer hits, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to share some ocean facts. If you've never been to the ocean, or if you have been to the ocean, here are some interesting things to know as we're coloring along. So get ready with your markers, colored pencils, or crayons. For this piece, I used markers and crayons. So you can use 2 things, you can use 3 things, you could paint part of it, you could draw part, like color it with crayons or markers, and here we go. So here are our ocean facts. Around 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by oceans. Ocean tides are caused by the Earth rotating while the Moon and Sun's gravitational pull acts on ocean water. While there are hundreds of thousands of known marine life forms, there are many that are yet to be discovered. Some scientists suggest that there could actually be millions of marine life forms out there. So, if you want to be a marine biologist and learn about the ocean, explore the ocean, discover new fish and creatures under the sea, then do so. That would be really exciting to do, especially if you love water. Oceans are frequently used as a means of transportation, with various companies shipping their products across oceans from one port to another. The largest ocean on Earth is the Pacific Ocean. It covers around 30% of the Earth's surface. So, if around 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by oceans, the Pacific Ocean covers about 30% of the Earth's surface. If you want to figure out a math problem with that, there you go. The Pacific Ocean's name has an original meaning of peaceful sea. Located to the east of the Mariana Islands is the Western Pacific Ocean. The Mariana Trench is the deepest known area of Earth's oceans. It has a deepest point of around 11,000 meters or 36,000 feet. That's really deep. That's so deep. I don't think we've quite gone very far in our submarines on that, so that's something to consider as you get older. The Pacific Ocean is surrounded by the Pacific Ring of Fire, a large number of active volcanoes. How cool is that? There is a ring of active volcanoes. That's nuts. The Atlantic Ocean's name refers to Atlas of Greek mythology. The Bermuda Triangle is located in the Atlantic Ocean. Check out some Bermuda Triangle mystery facts if you don't know what that is. I will give a short explanation of the Bermuda Triangle. So it is a section in the Atlantic Ocean where apparently mysterious stuff happens, like airplanes and ships go missing, or like communication, you can't understand or get a hold of anyone that's happening. I'm not sure how much of this is true or why it does that, but that is something to explore and look up. Amelia Earhart became the first female to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean in 1932. Isn't that awesome? She was the first female to fly solo in 1932. The third largest ocean on Earth is the Indian Ocean. It covers around 14% of the Earth's surface. During winter, the Arctic Ocean is almost completely covered in sea ice. While some disagree on whether it is an ocean or just part of larger oceans, the Southern Ocean includes the area of water that encircles Antarctica. Now, aren't those some interesting facts about the ocean? Let's see if we can find something more interesting. Maybe we'll look into the Bermuda Triangle. As I stated, the Bermuda Triangle is located in the Atlantic Ocean. It falls between Bermuda, Puerto Rico, and Florida. It has been long believed to be the site where a number of mysterious plane and boat incidents have occurred. While it has become part of a popular culture to link the Bermuda Triangle to paranormal activity, most investigations indicate bad weather and human error are the more likely culprits. Research has suggested that many original reports of strange incidents in the Bermuda Triangle were exaggerated, and that the actual number of incidents in the area is similar to that of other parts of the ocean. While its reputation may scare some people, the Bermuda Triangle is actually part of a regularly sailed shipping lane, with cruise ships and other boats also frequently sailing through the area. Aircrafts are also common in the Bermuda Triangle, with both private and commercial planes commonly flying through the airspace. Stories of unexplained disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle started to reach public awareness around 1950 and have been consistently reported since then. Other explanations have included magnetic anomalies, pirates, deliberate sinkings, hurricanes, gas deposits, rough weather, huge waves, and human error. Some famous reported incidents involving the Bermuda Triangle include the USS Cyclops and its crew of 309 that went missing after leaving Barbados in 1918. A yacht was found in 1955 that had survived 3 hurricanes but was missing all its crew. The TBM Adventure bombers that went missing in 1945 during a training flight over the Atlantic. And a Douglas DC-3 aircraft containing 32 people that went missing in 1958. No trace of the aircraft was ever found. If you want to learn more, make sure that you look up on the internet with guardian or parent's permission. If you want to learn more information about the ocean, do so as well. Or check out a book if you can, and have a great summer, fellow stars, and I will see you back in August. Bye!